We're rolling, so this is us. It's Racetrack Ralphy Horror. It's Danny Power. It's the weekly Waffle. We're in the salubrious offices of Slattery Media. If you're watching us on the app, g'day. If you're watching us on the World Wide Web on YouTube, well, I thought better lift the dress code a bit, Dan.
Slattery Media is in Richmond. If you're on the World Wide Web.
Yeah, but I've been t-shirting, you know. So actually, I've got a meeting on later.
See you dress up. Got a job interview, Aaron.
Couldn't be that lucky. Super Days racing. I know in the media we're meant to just pump up everything and blow wind up backsides, but that was good at CAULFIELD.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Great story, great background story. Lovely follow-up to Black Caviar. Just fitted. Although I've got a comment.
Yep.
What happened with Lauren and Clarkin and all that is not unique to Australian racing. It's not what Australian racing's all about. It's a rarity. Australian racing's all about rich people winning races mostly.
It's all about the punt.
It's all about the punt. It's a lovely story. It's fantastic. I enjoyed it, and it's what racing needs all the time. It needs these little anecdotal stories, but they are a rarity. They're not what Australian racing's all about. You know, for those people to claim it's only unique to Australian race, can only happen here, it can happen anywhere, probably even in England. But it has happened at the Kentucky Derby only about 3 or 4 years ago when Mind That Bird was trained by some scrubber at, in Texas, and he floated it himself. And
God, it was a heat. I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Yeah, but he was just some battler in Texas who won a Kentucky Derby, so it can happen anywhere, but they're great stories.
So we saw Miracles of Life, fantastic. We saw All Too Hard, fantastic. And we saw patronising crap from journalists, fantastic. So that was it. Anyway, part one, we look back at the meeting and see what we got right and wrong, and we start off with, we got this a little bit right. Grand Emperor, it was the overlay here, and Dwayne Dunn.
$14, it was pretty good.
It was terrific. And look, one thing I emphasise, I've started to find out, the market risks small trainers. Unless it's a freak like Miracles of Life, even though you could probably argue that if Miracles of Life was trained by Cav or Moody or something, excuse me, but Dean Howard, he can train winners, and Dwayne Dunn, box seated. Yeah,
and look, it was probably I think the first 4 home, and nearly the first 4, except for General PK, who came from
near last. Too cute there, or just missed the start? I don't know.
I don't know.
It didn't seem to be the froggy aggression that we normally see.
No. Tantuck Rock, I said Stewart's query. Luke Nolan as for the disappointing force. I didn't think it was that disappointing.
Well, what kept on niggling at me, and the market said this too. I got no doubt that what it did at sale was super, but it was $3.80 out the $5 because you knew it didn't have gate speed, and you need gate speed at CAULFIELD, particularly early in the day on those fast tracks. So I'm not dropping off Tantuck Rock as the best horse to race. Prono don't drop off it either. So I think it'll be a reasonable form race, but Grand Emperor was right place, right time.
I'm off Pronto. It's average horse.
One more chance. Secret Liaison, well, I said this was either Now You Know or anything, and that's what it proved, because Now You Know gassed out with the 200 to go, and then there was a little gap between the first 3.
Yeah, look, flying, beautifully trained, freshened up, brought back in distance.
Yeah.
Perfect conditions for a mare that had been in form. Girasun's just an average horse who keeps trying.
Well drawn minimum weight.
It was. I don't think it's a great form race, but Secret Liaison could win again.
Marino went forward. Good sign for a regime start.
Got tugging and pulling a bit early, which suggests to me that it was a bit fresh. It'll be close next time.
For those of us who like jockeys going forward, Luke Nolan's our poster boy anyway, but it underlines about the stupidity of a couple of years ago when he dominantly won the premiership and ran 7th in the Scobie Breesley, because he didn't do those cute get back to last patient rides, and they worked 1 out of 30. No, this was it. Meliora, super, just great got him going. He was actually quite the first 400. But then once he got to the top of the hill, he got him.
First 847.9 or something, so they didn't walk.
Yep.
That's a from a standing start, that's fairly quick. But he did build the tempo. I saw a couple of tweets from people saying what were the other jockeys doing? They were just doing their best.
Yeah.
You could see Bossy poking out and having a look ahead and saying on members' joy saying, I don't want to go this far out. I have to, and that it was a great ride, and but it's understanding the horse, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's understanding the horse. He knows that horse well. He knows that she needs no horses around her and needs to just do her own thing.
And it was a rock hard fit.
Yeah.
Rock hard fits. They staggered home the last 200. I read it this way. Members' Joy has just always been a thereabouts horse, honest and all that. But Red Fez would only had 2 starts for 2 wins when I was able to swoop home down the outside. Luke Nolan's right, took that out of her. Yeah, but I think she's the best horse in this race.
She went fine. Summer Jim got home because it just something had to get home.
It's a 2,000 horse.
It's a 2,000 horse, and I like the way it finished off.
Super Cool and 5.5 star. Now their ratings will be bad because there was no depth this race. I was looking at Vince's stuff. I don't think there's any reason to doubt these two because they were both only second up, and there was some criticism of Bossy not going harder in front. Well, the horse was only second up. You're not going to break a horse at that stage of his prep.
No, he rode it a treat. Beaten by a very good horse with a great turn of foot. Like, he wasn't thrashed. They beat the rest by miles. I think a maiden ran 4th, so I think put a line through the rest of the form there.
Yeah.
But these are 2 good horses, and I liked Cav's confidence afterwards. You could see that little glint in his eye, and that just the back tone of what he was saying, and that you could see he's thinking well ahead. He's thinking Cox plates. If he's thinking that way, he knows what a good horse is. I'm following him in. It's only going to have 4 runs this time in, run the Australian Cup, and then probably the Alistair Clark, and then...
So staying here.
Staying here.
I could see that horse being a Doncaster contender. Now, he's not going to go there so be it, but, sort of Hoobie's beaten that way, but, real strong at the end.
No way. And 5.5 star will just get better and better.
Four-teller, Mr. Mowat, Rodriguez, Mwingo, blanket between them, which meant on paper and on result that was crap, but I'm just not sure. I think Mwingo, history's full of the stayer running good first up, flat in the St George, now the Peter Young, and then springboarding again. I'm not riding off Mwingo.
Well, I don't think he's a ping horse.
Yeah.
I think it was. I don't think it was Craig's best ride. I don't think he summed it up very well. I think he underestimated Rodriguez. They were walking. I didn't understand why he needed to be pushing out 3 wide at the 600 or 700. As soon as he did, the pace went on, and that horse was off the bit, chasing. Still finished off okay.
And Dominic Teneur, now the people say, why did you take him off Alcapop, unfair. Well, that was such a poor ride because he then went wider with him.
Went wider with him.
He just should have stayed there because the proof was that's where...
And sorry to say, Dwayne Dunn was a brilliant ride, which a lot of people said, but it wasn't. He just stayed in the field. He had nowhere else to go, and it all opened up for him.
No doubts on All Too Hard now.
Can be very good.
Yeah, can be good. No doubts on All Too Hard. The market said there was a doubt because $1.65 out to $1.90 and $2.10 was better if you looked in the fair.
As I predicted, this is a new All Too Hard. They're going to be riding him a lot more forward. He's a better racehorse. Dominant win. Put it over in 2 strides and was soft on the line. Not so sure about the. There was a handy opposition. Wasn't a genuine Futurity stage 1400.
We've seen them. Glass Harmonium, we've seen. King of Fast, we've seen.
Yeah.
The Green Moon, super for the Australian.
Fantastic.
Super.
So did my Lucky Day and Niwot. Both ran terrific races. It was a dominant win by a horse suited to the race, and there were quite a few nice runs behind it.
The betting opportunity won't be this week in the Australian Guineas. It will be going to Sydney when they'll risk the Sydney form. It's got nothing to do with his Sydney form. He's now just a mature racehorse in the zone, so he's a star. Miracle's Life, just from a form perspective, Dan, I'm doubting this race. It's reminding me of Sam already last year. The dominant filly, and then the rest of them were just the ones who turned up.
Well, I think I read Greg Carpenter this morning has rated it just below Samaretti's win last year. It's significantly below Samaretti's form.
Not necessarily the winner, but the depth.
The depth of the race. It was a pretty average race behind Fast and Rockin's probably a size horse on Saturday week. Nice horse. I love the way he was travelling on the turn. Something had to be travelling because everything else was gone on the turn.
They went very fast early, and St Gregor's could be the speed horse out of this to respect. Mrs. Onassis were head wobbling there. Got the chocolates at the good odds. Yes, probably advantaged by Barrackey's late scratching, but they're horses, they're not motorbikes. They've got to be able to do it, and they're going to do it away from their backyard.
I think Barrackey would have needed to be right at the top of his game.
Exactly.
I thought she won quite convincingly.
She ran 1-3-1, so we're very happy with that one. Facile Tigra worked home well. Spirited Boom worked home perfectly for the new market. But has he got a killer punch at Group 1 level? That's what worries me.
I think the straight suits him. I don't think, like...
Can you see him beating Moment of Change, or, or Lucky Grey or something like that? I just think he's a...
Maybe not. And I know the good news was that Preble told Tony Gollan that he wants to come back to ride him in the Newmarket, which is a good sign. Yeah.
And last race, now, very slow race because they went so slowly. Super ride by Ryan Maloney on Family Crest. This will be a super form race. super form race. Star Giselle, High Bell, Stormburst, Spirit Song Super.
Super.
And even down the bottom, Never Forget and Gold Slick. There'll be lots of winners out of this, so keep an eye on that one. For mine.
Yeah, good race.
And just quickly from the Valley, Norzita is a superstar. Will be winning a Group 1 this campaign.
Yeah, very good, dominant, sensational. I don't think necessarily suited around the Valley, and just great turn of foot.
You think so? Ride of the Year from Luke Nolan, and it has written one of those unusual circumstances. It missed the start and did itself as favour because it took the speed out of the race. So that's the Valley. We'll talk issues next on the Weekly Waffle.